I'm Ashton Addison from EventChain for Investment Pitch Media and FinTech News Network. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have Thor Chan and Michael Wong from AAX Exchange. Gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show. It's a pleasure to have you here today.
Great to be here. Great to be here.
Awesome. If we could kick off the interview by having you two both briefly explain your backgrounds in finance and how that led to building the AAX Exchange.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Ashton. And hello, everyone. Before AAX, I worked as Deputy COO in a finance group in Hong Kong called FDT. I was responsible for operating its brokerage firm and trading firm. And at the same time, I was the licensed person to oversee internal control, compliance, and technologies. Back in 2015, we were very active in China's equities and traded volume up to billions of dollars every day. After the market crash, we came back in Hong Kong and started trading in Hong Kong markets. And around 2016, I started looking into day trading Bitcoin. At that moment, we were very amazed to learn that Bitcoin market very volatile. At the same time, the market is very, very deep in liquidity. So it's really, really good for day trading. And in 2018, I got a chance to work together with the few founding members to build AAX.
That's great. And yourself, Michael?
So I come from a background really building technology systems for trading in financial markets. So prior to working at AAX, I spent around about 10 years or so building matching engines, particularly for stock exchanges, low latency systems, high frequency systems between London and New York. And then after that, I came to work here in Hong Kong, and I spent some time working with IBM around their blockchain kind of development, business development side, and really looked at applications of blockchain in enterprise. So when I met the AAX team, I was super interested that they wanted to build kind of a next generation cryptocurrency exchange, combining some of the technology from the traditional financial markets and also blockchain, and really building the next generation crypto exchange. So it was really interesting for me that they had that vision, and so I came on really to help them with both technology and some of the blockchain applications as well.
Mm-hmm. That's great. And I've looked through AAX, and it looks like it has a great user interface, which is obviously very important for adoption. But what would you say is the most unique value proposition that differentiates AAX Cryptocurrency Exchange from any other cryptocurrency exchange?
AAX has a forward-looking vision. We are looking at a time when crypto really takes off and sees mass adoption. What's unique is that we are building the exchange in anticipation of that. So our exchange runs a very powerful matching engine that is able to handle volumes that we haven't ever seen in crypto yet. It's also in our roadmap, product roadmap, we've started off with listing some of the best cryptocurrencies out there and derivatives. And now we've begun listing unique products and instruments that aim to bridge the gap between crypto and global finance.
Mm-hmm. That's great. And if you could touch a little bit more on that, Thor, what's been interesting about Binance recently is they've added all of these other investment vehicles, whether it's margining, futures, staking, things like that. Do you see that as important features to be adding on top of just regular trading to attract new users?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, all these new features, they are very helpful for users to trade. And also because in the trading arena, there are different kinds of traders executing different strategies. The more weapons, the more instruments they have is actually better for them to execute different kinds of strategies in market, and they have different views on that.
Mm-hmm. And I saw that AAX was powered by the London Stock Exchange Group's technology. And it sounds like it's built a great foundation. Has that given you an advantage of some sorts, and does it provide any other benefits to the traders and the platform?
Yeah, absolutely. We have the London Stock Exchange Group's technology matching engine actually at the heart of AAX. So that means the same matching engine that runs the London Stock Exchange is also running our crypto exchange. So that gives us low latency. We've recorded latencies of an average of below 800 microseconds, so below 1 millisecond. It's also very resilient. It's been built for continuous operation in kind of regulated markets. But it's also highly scalable as well. And when we created AAX, we looked at what was then kind of quite a nascent kind of industry and still growing and still maturing. And we can really see a future where we're actually potentially spanning multiple asset classes with tokenizations and token assets. So for that, we really wanted to design a platform that had the kind of capacity that could scale with that. So we can grow to become as large as some of the largest stock exchanges in the world as well, and still support the growth of crypto.
It's very interesting, Michael. And do you foresee, in our forward-looking vision of the industry, being able to tokenize stocks and sort of have everything that's on the traditional London Stock Exchange being traded through a blockchain or through distributed networks as well?
I think there's a lot of kind of interesting questions around that, particularly around the kind of regulated piece and how to merge those things. But we at AAX have a vision of really building the bridges between the crypto and the global financial markets. And so essentially, I think in the future, we could potentially see a world where we could see these two merging together, or bridges coming together. At AAX, we're actually super excited because we just launched our first tokenized kind of commodities financing project, which we see is already kind of, if you will, an island of traction that's beginning to develop across other commodities. And from what we've seen in the recent markets, seen a lot of activity in gold. And so this is an interesting tokenization project that allows us to not only list gold, but also be able to finance some of those mines that have built actually extract gold and change some of the way that dynamics working. So we're really excited to list that as a new kind of project that's innovating in the space.
Wow, that's very interesting. And one of the hot topics of cryptocurrency exchanges for people that are just getting into trading crypto assets is the security of the exchange. Could you talk a little bit about how secure AAX is and what precautions you take to protect the funds of users?
Yeah, it's a really great question. I think so from the foundation of AAX, one of our three major values was security. We actually value integrity, performance, and security as our company's values. And we wanted to have security as one of our foundational values because we believe in building it from ground up in the way that the whole system and the whole exchange is designed. And so we took what we describe as kind of a multifaceted kind of security strategy. So everything from our operations, our people, and our technology are all considered from a security standpoint. So we have state-of-the-art security monitoring systems that are monitored 24/7. Those are being monitored from all over the world. We've also implemented the cryptocurrency security standard, which is kind of the industry's best practice, if you will, around kind of creation of wallets, key management, operations as well. And we also lean on those that are really experienced in this field. Some of our advisors are also the same advisors to tier one investment banks, governments, kind of MI5, MI6, Interpol advisors as well. Really, because we treat our clients' data and their crypto assets as our number one priority.
That's great. And to touch on that a little further, do you use KYC and AML procedures? And is there a restriction on which jurisdictions or which kind of people are able to trade on AAX?
Yeah, so with our vision of the future, really trying to bring together the two worlds of both the crypto community and the global financial markets, we do have a KYC process. And so there are certain countries that we can't accept users from. Those countries are sanctioned users. And also, kind of we don't have users from the US as well because of the kind of regulatory environment there. But apart from that, we support all international users. We have users from countries all over the world. We have multi-language. We also have in Korean as well. So we like to try and cater for as many users from as many geographies as possible.
That's great. And on top of your trading platform, you also have an OTC desk, I saw, as well as the spot futures and margins. Is the OTC desk faring well? And what's the lower limits for people to buy blocks of Bitcoin or sell blocks of Bitcoin not on the exchange?
So our OTC trading feature has been enhanced recently. So people, they can buy crypto as low as only $10. And then they can buy up to 1 million. That's what we can handle with our OTC trading capability. And it's actually like all about like making very as easy as possible for people to move in and out of crypto and also hedge their risk. So that's like what we intend to do with our OTC trading. And what we are trying to do with all these trading options is not about driving more traffic. It's actually more about like offering a comprehensive experience and making sure that our traders, our users, have every possible tool and instrument at the disposal to trade. And of course, we do see some users that already own crypto, so they simply deposit and then they withdraw, and then they are trading different like instruments, and are interested. They're not really very interested in cashing out, but they will just like when they stop trading, just put the money as in stable coin.
And do you have a variety of stablecoins on the platform, or are people primarily using a certain stablecoin?
So right now we are only supporting USDT. We are exploring to list more kinds of like stablecoins, but we are looking at the market very closely because, as you know, USDT right now is dominating the whole stablecoin market. So like, if we just list some stablecoins, but the users they don't really use them, and then we may not be our priority right now. But we are definitely looking into more stablecoins. But we are actually like more interested in the stablecoins packed with other currencies. So like in some currencies, major currencies, if they have like some stablecoin, they would be very interesting for us and very interesting for the users to trade as well.
And for trading and for the OTC, for that matter, are your prices on the commissions and the trading fees very competitive across other exchanges? And do you see that as an important level for whether users are going to trade on your exchange or another exchange?
So our fees are very competitive for OTC trading. There's no commission fee paid by the users. For spot trading and also contract trading, we have a very competitive pricing scheme as well, favoring mostly makers over takers. But you know that like we are recently like planning for our platform token AAB. With AAB, you can get even some more fee discount.
Okay, great. And I did see that you're planning the release of the AAB token. Can you talk about what is that going to look like in terms of the roadmap of when it will be coming out? And is it going to be something similar to a Binance token where the primary reason is to save trading fees on AAX?
Yeah, sure. So it gives benefits like discount, and AAB can be used to unlock special features on our platform. So there are a lot of like product features that we are designing only exclusive for AAB holders. So later on, if we have chance, we can talk more about the features. And for AAB, actually, like when we design AAB, there's one very special thing because we want to link our platform token with the values created together with the users. So every day when we generate the revenue from futures trading, derivatives trading, we use 100% of the revenue to buy back AAB in the market, and every day. So in this model, the supply of AAB decreases every day. So like we can support the price. So meaning that like if you hold AAB, actually you are holding an increasing value for that. So we really want that like when the users they grow with AAX, and then they can share value that we earn and gain together.
That's great. And when will the AAB token be available on the exchange?
So now we are on a public. We've actually announced AAB already. So you can just go to aab.aax.com, and then you can see all the information there. So the public sale day will be on 14th this month.
That's great. And is your team looking for other people to help with development or marketing, or just more users? And how can they learn more information about AAX?
Yeah, so here at AAX, we're always really excited to talk to people who are kind of passionate and interested to move this industry forward. And so, people with great ideas, both partners and team members, are always welcome to talk to us. We'd always love to hear from them. But obviously, always want to hear from new users as well. We have both institutional and kind of individual user programs. There's some new ones coming out actually over the next few weeks that we think are going to be really exciting and interesting. New trading competitions, new listings as well. So please do watch this space. We've got some exciting things coming up, particularly over the next few weeks.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Thor and Michael. I will leave the links to AAB and the AAX Exchange in the description box below for the viewers. That's all the time that we have for the interview, but it's been a pleasure learning about the exchange, and all the best moving forward with your cryptocurrency exchange. And let's follow up in the near future.
That's great. Thanks, Ashton. Thanks, everyone.